Today we're diving hard into SLX. Is it a rocket headed for the moon or a landmine waiting to explode? If you want the full truth, listen close. SLX, frequently listed under the name SLX and sometimes conflated with similarly named small cap projects, has tiny market cap and thin liquidity, signals that traders love for quick moves up or down, and that means it's prime territory for the classic pump or dump playbook unless you do your homework. From the top, here's how I'd structure this video. Open with an attention-grabbing hook: SLX, moonshot or rug pull. Don't buy until you hear this. Then immediately show the cold hard on-screen numbers: current price 24-hour volume, circulating supply, and rank. Sources show SLX listed on CoinMarkets and CoinGecko with a low market cap and relatively small circulating supply. Figures: keep the exact live numbers on screen during recording because tiny tokens move fast. CoinMarkets 1 next. Explain the mechanics of why small cap tokens like SLX behave the way they do. Low float and low volume mean that even small buy orders push price up fast, which creates volatility that can be exploited by coordinated groups or market makers. Conversely, if sentiment flips or early holders offload, the same thin market makes crashes brutal and liquidity dries up. Use a candlestick chart animation to illustrate how a 1.5 BTC buy order in a low liquidity token can create huge green candles, and show how the opposite occurs on the way down, both equally violent. Then go deeper into tokenomics and listings. Call out token supply and distribution if that information is published. E.g., some SLX listings indicate a circulating supply in the low millions but a very large max supply, and that discrepancy can hide inflationary pressure from scheduled unlocks or vesting that dumps tokens into the market later. Name the exchanges where SLX is live. Use authoritative exchange pages and aggregator listings, and tell viewers to check contract addresses on chain themselves. Scammers often clone symbols and logos, so verifying the contract is critical. CoinMarkets 1 then switch to a red flag checklist that viewers can use right away. 1. Is the project's website professional and transparent? 2. Are there verifiable audits from reputable security firms? 3. Are the founding team members named, and do their LinkedIn profiles match? 4. Are tokenomics published clearly with vesting schedules? 5. Is liquidity locked on chain or can it be removed? If the answer is no or can't find to any of these, ring the warning bell loudly. For SLX specifically, many listing pages emphasize community hype and fast-growing social channels rather than deep product milestones. That's a classic indicator of momentum-driven pricing rather than fundamental growth. Call attention to these social signals, but always remind viewers that followers value. Visage 1 next. Provide a play-by-play for how a pump orchestrates and how to spot it in real time. Sudden spikes in buy volume on 1 or 2 exchanges. Synchronize promotional posts across Telegram, Discord, YouTube, and a tiny number of addresses accumulating large token percentages on chain. Show on-screen wallet analytics anonymized to demonstrate accumulation clusters. Viewers will see how accumulation precedes a pump. Then explain the dump phase. Once the price is up, the early accumulators or the organizers sell into the mania. Retail FOMO buys and gets stuck as bids vaporize. Slippage makes selling at or near the top impossible. Price collapses and the only way out is a loss. Make sure to stress the human angle. People get emotionally attached to green charts and throw caution out the window. Use a short dramatic reenactment clip of a trader refusing to sell during a reversal. Now for the essential part: practical guidance for viewers who still want exposure but want to survive. Risk management tactics that actually work with microcap tokens. Recommend concrete rules such as, only allocate a small percentage of your portfolio you can afford to lose, for example, 1% or a fixed small dollar amount rather than a percent of crypto holdings. Set strict stop losses. Use limit orders placed off exchange where possible to avoid slippage. Never chase a token after it has already doubled or tripled within hours, and consider using DCA dollar cost averaging only if you can verify fundamentals and the project's roadmap. Warn that stop losses sometimes fail on thinly traded pairs because of slippage or halted markets. Illustrate with a real SLX price chart showing a spike then a wick that blew through stops. Visage Wallet 1 then offer a short analytical framework for whether SLX could be a legitimate long-term hold rather than a pump target. Look for product releases, partnerships, audit proofs, active developer commits on GitHub or verifiable technical roadmaps, real DeFi integrations, and transparent tokenomics with locked liquidity and meaningful vesting for founder saperings. If you find none of those, treat SLX as speculation at best. For the audience, walk through a hypothetical scenario. If SLX announces a real partnership or main-end milestone, price could climb sustainably because utility and demand would be real. But if the only news is a marketing blitz or influencer endorsements, that's not a product-driven rally. Show side-by-side examples of a legitimate project rally versus a pure hype pump. Next, cover exit strategies and what to do if you're already bagged in SLX and watching red candles. Don't panic, sell into low liquidity, consider placing staggered limit sells to exit over time. Look for alternative markets with better liquidity, or if the token has usable utility, staking, governance, in product features, evaluate if holding makes strategic sense versus cutting losses. Be clear, sometimes the most rational choice is to accept a loss and move on. Emotional holding rarely pays. Add legal and ethical notes. If you suspect coordinated market manipulation, report suspicious Telegram Discord activity to exchanges and regulators where possible, but also be aware that proving manipulation is difficult and legal recourse is limited for many microcap tokens. Now pivot to how to present all this in an engaging 8-12-minute video. Start with a 20-second hook, present the numbers, run the red flag checklist on screen as a visual graphic, insert a 60-second technical explainer animation for liquidity mechanics, and close with a clear call to action. Subscribe, check pinned resources, and always do YOU. Provide a thumbnail idea, a giant SLX coin split in half with MOON on one side and UUG on the other, a shocked face, and bold text SLX pump or dump. That drives clicks because it telegraphs immediate conflict. For SEO and discovery, suggest timestamps in the description. E.g. 0, 0 hook, 0, 30 lave numbers, 2, 0 red flags, 4, 0 tokenomics, 6, 0 exit strategies. Include key tags like SLX token, SLX crypto pump or dump, microcap crypto, and paste relevant source links for viewers to verify facts themselves. Remind them to double-check contract addresses and prefer exchange-tracked pages like CoinMarkets and CoinGecko for quick reference. Those aggregator pages currently list SLX and provide live charts and token metrics useful for on-camera screenshots. CoinMarkets won't end the script with a strong, balanced verdict that's perfect for your audience. SLX has the classic anatomy of a pumpable microcap: low market cap, thin liquidity, and heavy social marketing, which makes it dangerous for anyone who buys into hype without verification. That said, if you can verify on-chain token locks, firm product milestones, and real partnerships, there may be a speculative case for a small, disciplined allocation, but treat this as high-risk speculation, not investment advice. Close with the channel's signature line. Ask people to comment with on-chain evidence they found to crowdsource verification, and tell them where to find the pinned checklist and contract address verification guide in the description. Throughout the video, keep your tone skeptical, analytical, and practical. Viewers want clear signals, not hype, and always put safety first. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. For factual claims about supply, market cap, exchange listings, and recent volume, check the on-screen citations. I used CoinMarkets, CoinGecko, Bitage, and exchange token pages and refresh them before publishing because these tiny tokens can change listing status and liquidity overnight. I pulled those live listings to prepare this script.